An iconic fundraising event returns this February as the Sir Victor Sassoon Heart Foundation prepares for its 60th Heart Ball. With me now are Yolanda Fernandez. She is public relations with the Sir Victor Sassoon Heart Foundation. We have Marilyn Cambridge. She is the chairperson of the Sir Victor Sassoon Heart Foundation. And we have Julian and Anna Smith, parents of a recipient. And we're going to find out a lot more about that. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Welcome, welcome. We got the red on the set. I say I left my red shirt in the car. I didn't know, right? Let's jump in. Yolanda, what is the goal of this year's, the 60th Heart Ball?
Well, this year we are going to have a wonderful time because our patrons know it's our 60th anniversary, and so they are supporting us with lovely gifts and prizes to make it a fabulous event this year.
We know ball season is now kicking off. What makes the Heart Ball different than all of the other balls this year?
Well, we're kind of old-fashioned, but people like that because it takes you back to when a ball was a ball. We have a little something for everybody. We do the little ballroom type style music at the beginning, and so the older patrons would enjoy that. And throughout the night, we progress into the dancey stuff at the end.
So definitely bring your dancing shoes.
Bring your dancing shoes, yes.
Marilyn, why is reaching the 60th anniversary such a huge milestone for the organization?
It's a huge milestone because while the foundation was founded in 1961, and the 65 years old now, but we only had 60 balls because of COVID and other things that set us back. But it is important because we're helping the children, those who cannot help themselves, and we need people to bring their bank books and their house papers to come and spend money to help these children because really they're in dire need of support and they need surgeries.
Right. For those who may not be aware of what the foundation does, just give us a breakdown of your goal and your mission and what you do.
The foundation, we're actually the Heart Ball Committee, which is the financial arm of the foundation. We have to raise all the funds, not all the funds, and most of the funds to support the surgeries. And what the foundation does is they interview children based on Dr. Jerome Lightburn's recommendation for heart surgery. And then after that, we see how we can best finance the surgeries. That's the main goal of financing the surgeries. But there's always a wait list, so we must continue and we must appeal to corporate Bahamas, anybody. We need funds to help the children.
And you mentioned corporate Bahamas. Who helps with these types of events? Who are some of your sponsors, or is anybody out there you like to
We have 13 platinum sponsors that now have platinum tables, but there's also a queue for more platinum tables, but we can't accommodate them.
Can't fit.
No, they can't fit. But we have banks, insurance companies, we have food services, we have all sorts of people. If I start one, it'd be unfair if I forget the others.
No,
so
I
I won't mention the names.
That's okay. I understand. For those who got left out, you can still donate, right?
Yes, of course you can donate. We need you to donate.
Yes.
And then you can also have, at the ball, we're having so many things because we have a raffle now where you can pay $10 and get a trip to London.
Yeah.
And we have that's the first prize, but that's only one part of the prize. You also have dinner and jewelry, etc. as the second part of that first prize.
Wow.
Second prize we have is a trip to Trinidad with Caribbean Airlines, and so we have a lot of things. And you're paying $10 for the ticket, so bring your money, please.
And we like things, right?
Yes, we like things.
I want to get into Julian and Anna. Tell us, how has the foundation made a difference in you and your child's life?
What is so interesting was the fact that at the time when Janae was born, she was actually born with a hole in her heart. Actually, it was more than one. And at the time when I presented myself to the foundation was at a point where they were actually stretched. And then I went in there and I spoke with Ms. LaFleur, and she was trying to see how she could assist. And of course, it was events like this that actually helped to initiate and actually make that happen. Because at the time she told me, she said, Julian, I don't think we can do this. And then Dr. Jerome came back to me and he said, well, this is pressing and maybe you might lose the child if this doesn't take place. And so Ms. LaFleur, she was like, we got to pray and maybe a door will open up and stuff like that. And, maybe it was somebody who did a sponsor or whatever, but she came back to me and she said, I think this might be possible. Okay. There was a little window, whether it was somebody giving or maybe it was an event or something. but it opened up the door for the possibility for her to actually have the heart surgery. And today she's, I mean, one of the happiest kids, 4 years old, running around, jumping around like nothing ever happened to her. You know, no medication, nothing. She was
Good God!
yeah. I think when she came out of the hospital, she was on medication, I think, for a week or two, and after that, she just waned off of it, and I mean, a healthy, happy baby today.
Anna, how did it feel when you received the news that you'd received funding for the surgery?
Oh, you know, it was like it was a very emotional time because you know it was pandemic
Yeah.
and literally not much hope. So we was running around. I remember when he said, "Okay, we go in, but we don't have no money. We don't have no money." The foundation had told us that they don't have no space, no funds right now for us, so we gonna have to wait. But it couldn't wait. It was a window to do the operation in the 6 months window. It was best. So Dr. Lyron said, "You got to do it." So it was like, okay, we go in, but it was like maybe like a week before we go. It was just like a couple of days before we supposed to be there that she called, and I remember we was at the bank in a parking lot, and he got the call, and I was almost crying because oh my God. So we are so thankful, and we encourage everybody, you know, come and support, because you know it's so many kids out there that can be saved with just being supportive.
Wow, what an amazing story. You might need some tissue after this. For those who want to take part and take place, give us some information. How do they get tickets, if there are any left? When and where is this happening?
They can go call the Heart Foundation's office, 327-0810, and get their tickets. But like I said, the platinum tables are sold out, but they can now purchase regular tables at $3,000 per table, or $300 a ticket, because we're putting people together. If it's only you, it's fine. We can find someone for you to sit with. But in addition to that, what I'd like to say is we need to get a nominee for the Golden Heart Award. That's also where we recognize one person that has done more than their job. If you did a good job, great, you got paid and it's okay. But we need someone who went beyond their job to do, and we have difficulty sometimes here getting a Golden Heart awardee. And so we need people to nominate persons and write into the foundation, drop it off at the office opposite the Swiss pastry shop. We need the nominations as soon as possible.
Yes, the nominations are going to come rolling in. The ticket sales are going to come rolling in, and the funding is going to come rolling in.
Wonderful.
It's the 60th Heart Ball. It's for a great cause, and I got to find $300. I got to come.
Yes,
Get my red shirt,
you have to come. You
my
can get
red
a trip to
shoes.
London. Yes.
Thank you all for being here this morning. Such wonderful stories. We look forward to more coming out of the great foundation, and we look forward to hearing about you and your little girl and bringing it on the show one day, right?
Yes.
Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you and all the work that you do. Have a heart. Give a heart. Please donate to the 60th Annual Heart Ball, or go and have some fun. Get your dancing shoes. We'll be right back.